Take one. So me and my boyfriend have not long got back from our 15-night break in Orlando. It was amazing. We visited so many places. Our main spot was Universal because we're at a Universal hotel called Cabana Bay Beach Resort. It's quite new. It only opened in March last year. It was a budget hotel, so you don't get all the benefits that you do at the other more expensive ones like Hard Rock, but it was a gorgeous hotel and I'd highly recommend it. And it was nice and affordable. We've got shuttles to the parks and an early park admission, so it was worth it in the end. We spent most of our time at Universal in the Wisdom World, but we also had a 2-day ticket to Disney. So we did Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. In this video, I am gonna go through the general things I got from Universal and the 2 Disney parks. Starting at Universal, one of the first things, which you've already seen in this video, is my clapperboard. My boyfriend insisted that I buy this because he knows I'm starting to get into my YouTube videos and he thought it'd be a nice way to start them. This was from the Universal store, which was actually at our hotel, which is just a smaller version of the actual Universal store that's at the parks. They had a slightly smaller version of this and they had the full-size version. I decided to go middle of the range and this one was $10.95. As I mentioned in my Harry Potter video, we've decided that as we are now living together and our first Christmas is coming up, we wanted to get some Christmas decorations for our first Christmas tree. To commemorate our trip, we got a Universal ornament. It's rather fancy. It says Universal Studios Holiday Collection on it. This was $39.95. It is made from metal. It's got little holes punched into it so the light will shine through. Okay, so I'm gonna go over a few of the pins I got. Most of them were from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so you can see those in my other video, which you'll find on my channel. Just before you enter the parks, at the bag check area, there is a stand that sells general Universal merchandise. I got this Betty Boop pin from there. I just wanted one that said Universal Studios and that was nice and glittery. That one was $12.95, and I also got my boyfriend a pin from the same place. It is Optimus Prime from Transformers. I think that one was $12.95. Also on City Walk, we visited the Hard Rock Cafe. They do have a rather extensive pin collection. They bring out new ones each year and for special events. This one, which is a Hard Rock Live pin. I don't know how much you paid for that. I think it was $7.95. Frankenstein. It says 2015 on it. Hard Rock Orlando. That was $14.95. So a bit more expensive, but I think there's only ever about 350 of them made. The zombie. And it has red enamel in the background and it says 2015 on it. And mine says Hard Rock Cafe, not Hard Rock Live. That was also $14.95. Another thing we're trying to collect is magnets from every place we visit. So we got this one, which says Universal Studios, which is the one park. And we've got this one, which says Islands of Adventure, which is another park. These are $6.95 each. So it's a nice little souvenir for our fridge. Obviously, being October when we visited, all the Halloween stuff was going on. We had Halloween Horror Nights. They also had a lot of Walking Dead stuff. And one of my favourite characters is obviously Daryl because he's gorgeous. So I bought this hat, which says I Heart Daryl, and it has a little picture of Daryl in the heart. And it's just basically like a trucker hat. And then it has the AMC Walking Dead logo stitched on the back there. This was $21.95. We did get tickets to Halloween Horror Nights while we were there. It's something we had to do. It was the 25th anniversary. I got this lanyard. It has Jack the Clown on it. That side. This side it says Halloween Horror Nights 25 at Universal Orlando. It just came with this plastic pouch. It says Halloween Horror Nights 25 on it. That was $9.95. I just use it for my work keys, and I put my train pass and everything in that. My boyfriend decided to buy something for the house because we just moved in together. He decided to buy this print, which is again Jack the Clown, with his Circus of Horrors background, big 25 on it, and it says the dates 1991 to 2015. This was this one was $14.95. As I said, we did visit the Hard Rock. As you walk in, they ask if you'd like a photo taken. So I said yes, of course, and I started posing for a photo, and he shoved a guitar in my hand. So this is the actual photo you get. It cost us $20, and they just add it onto your food bill at the end, and they bring you the photo. If you say that you want it, they bring you the photo to your table during the meal. You get this size print, you get one about half the size, one about a quarter of the size for your wallet, and then you also get a code so you can download an e-copy so you can put it on Facebook and stuff. Two of the last things I got from Universal were actually gifts for a friend of mine. I got her this Mother of All Things mug from the Dr. Seuss store. That one was $14.95, and her son is obsessed with Minions, and obviously Universal Studios has the Minion ride there, so I got him this Minion bubble gun. It says Universal Studios on it, so I guess it's a souvenir, and it lights up as you fire bubbles. You get 2 bottles as well, and it's just got Minions on it, and it blows the bubbles out for you and it flashes and whatnot. That was $15 exactly. And they didn't charge me tax on that. Not complaining, but they charged me tax on everything else, so I don't know why they didn't charge me tax on that. So that's it from Universal. Like I said, most of the stuff was from Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So if you'd like to see that stuff, just go check out my other video. I'm going to move on now to the Disney items. Once again, didn't get much from Disney. It was very expensive, and we spent most of our time waiting for rides, and he got a lot of Star Wars stuff because he's just obsessed with Star Wars, and obviously all that is available at Disney now. I'll start with just these. They were our first visit badges. Andy put his on the backpack instead of actually on his top, so I ended up carrying the backpack near the end of the day, so it looked like I had 2 badges. Another thing is just some souvenir cups. These were from Magic Kingdom. You've probably seen them before on other people's videos. They're just from Gaston's Tavern in Magic Kingdom. We had the giant cinnamon rolls there, and we had LeFou's brew, which is you can get in these souvenir cups. There's the Stein that has Gaston on one side and LeFou on the other, or you can have the female version, which is like a goblet, and it has Belle on that side and the Rose on the other. One of the Disney Pixar movies that I am in love with at the minute is Inside Out. If you've seen it, you'll know about a character called Sadness. She's my favourite character out of any Disney Pixar film. In fact, out of most Disney films. I have absolutely no use for it, but it is a Sadness doll. It's so nice, she's so cute. I didn't actually get her in the parks, I got her at the Disney store outside the parks. But I think you can get her at Downtown Disney. We didn't go to Downtown Disney, we just literally stuck to the parks. She's just made of plastic, face is all shiny, her hair is blue and glittery, just like in the film. She's holding her little memory globe with a picture of herself in it, and she has this little metal touch sensitive thing on her hand, and if you touch her, yeah, she comes up with phrases and her face lights up. I'm sorry, I am Sadness. I bet you and Riley had great adventures. It sounds amazing, I bet Riley liked it. Crying helps me slow down and obsess over the weight of life's problems. That's pretty much it. She was $19.95, which I think for a luxury movie doll is quite a good price for Disney actually, so I snatched it up while I could. Next thing from Disney was something I wasn't going to do, but we had so much change from our spending and from when we bought food and stuff that I just ended up collecting pennies throughout our stay so that I could start the coin collection. A lot of these are from Universal as well, but I bought this folder for them from the Hollywood Studios. It's just got all the main characters on it. The folder was $8.95. I just thought it was a nice little thing to display them in. As I said, we're trying to collect Christmas ornaments for our tree this year, our first Christmas tree together. Obviously needed one from Disney, so I got this. It is obviously the Cinderella castle with some Mickey ears. It has Tinkerbell on this ear and fireworks on this ear, which is like the wishes firework display. On the bottom here, she's got a power switch and the castle doors and the windows light up and the doors at the back light up as well. It was either $21.95 or $23.95. Also, because we're obviously collecting magnets from every place we go to, I also got the Magic Kingdom magnet. It is super 3D, it is huge. It says Walt Disney World on it. Purple, it was $7.95, which I was surprised at because it's quite a big magnet. And the tiny magnets from Universal were $6.95, so I was quite impressed that I got this for $7.95. So I needed some souvenirs for some friends back home. We went to Big Top Souvenirs in Magic Kingdom. They had some good deals on. We didn't have much money left at this point because we went to Disney at the very end of our holiday. I got these pens. So they're just in the shape of Mickey ears. I have one for a guy and then I have two girls as well. So I have this one, which is Mickey, and as you can see it says Walt Disney World on it. Then I have red and white dotted Walt Disney World one for Minnie Mouse, and this has a little material bow on it. And then I also have a pink and white version of the same pen as well. But this one actually says Minnie Mouse on it instead of Walt Disney World. These pens were 3 for $15. I also got for one of my friends this little retro looking Minnie Mouse. She was $5.95. As I mentioned, Andy, my boyfriend, is obsessed with Star Wars. Obviously they have the Star Tours ride there, which he absolutely loved. In Tatooine Traders afterwards, we saw this. It was build your own droid. He picked grey, green, black and white. Stuck it all together. He took it to the till and they put it in this plastic box for you, and it comes with letters. So you can stick the letters here and name it. That was, I think, $12.95, or you could do 2 for $21. Another item he got from Tomorrowland, one of the stores in Tomorrowland, sold a lot of Star Wars merchandise because it's all space themed in Tomorrowland. They are the X-Wing, I believe it's called. Resistance X-Wing. Oh, he didn't see that. This is the Resistance X-Wing fighter. It's made of resin, there for display purposes only. This one is the Special Forces TIE fighter. This one's really heavy, it is solid resin. These were actually quite inexpensive. They were both $11.95 each. I thought, considering the weight of them and the size of them, I thought they'd be a lot more, but $11.95 each is pretty much a bargain for something at Disney. Hollywood Tower of Terror, like the hotel ride, is my favourite ride at Hollywood Studios. I had no idea what was happening. I knew it would be like a kind of elevator that dropped, but I didn't know it actually went around the building first and then you ended up in an elevator shaft, and I didn't know it dropped you more than once. It was a big shock to me and I screamed, and I just had an amazing time on that ride, and it was the best ride of the day. When we came off the ride into the souvenir shop afterwards, I thought I'd commemorate it. And I know everyone buys Mickey ears when they go to Disney, but they just didn't suit me, and I thought they were really expensive for what they were, but everyone else was wearing a hat. So I bought this. This is the bellhop hat for the Hollywood Tower Hotel. It's about $21.95 just for the hat, but it is the solid cardboard and plastic hat. It has some velcro inside with a bit of elastic, so you can adjust the size so it fits your head. I had to make it quite small because I do actually have a small head. I walked around Disney like this all day. My boyfriend wanted to surprise me by treating me to something. He had a bit of money spare because he didn't buy as much as he thought he would. At Magic Kingdom on Main Street, we went into the crystal shop. I bought my mom a drinking glass from there with a handle, and it had an engraving on the front of Mickey with the Disney castle, and that was $18.95, and I had her name inscribed onto the back of it for $3. And while we were in there, we saw so many gorgeous things, and Andy wanted to buy me something so I remember it. So he bought me this. It's a glass rose. It was hand blown glass rose. It's really well wrapped. Take it out. And it is literally a glass rose. And it has a little tag on it saying, "I love you." And these are made in store mostly, and then they're put on display and you just pick the ones you want. The leaves have got they've got gold plating around the edges. It kind of reminds me of the rose from Beauty and the Beast. I do know the price. It was $35. Okay, lastly from Disney we have pins. We didn't do the trading and everything. We literally just bought pins that we liked the look of and that we thought we'd display. Andy, being a Star Wars nerd, bought himself a Star Wars pin. It's a Sugar Skull style Day of the Dead Stormtrooper. Don't know how much that was, unfortunately. Most of these pins were about $9.95 to $11.95. Although I was a bit disappointed by the Haunted Mansion ride, I did still like it, so I bought a pin to commemorate the ride. I got this one, which is Mickey and Donald Duck in one of the Doom buggies. I bought this pin. It says, "Ooh, the chosen one," and it is the aliens from Toy Story. Tower of Terror being my favourite ride. In the store at Hollywood Studios afterwards, I saw this pin, which is, there's a bellhop there saying your room is ready. It's the only pin I could find to do with that ride actually at Hollywood Studios. Later on at Magic Kingdom, in the general store on Main Street, I saw this one, which I was surprised because Tower of Terror isn't at Magic Kingdom, but I found this pin at Magic Kingdom. It says the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and it is actually the elevator shaft, and you can see Donald, Mickey and Goofy appearing over the top. If you look on the back, there is this little lever and it makes them drop, and at the bottom they appear terrified and ghostly. That one was quite expensive. I think it was about $14.95. So that is it for Disney and Universal, the general stuff. If you want Harry Potter stuff, go check out my channel for that video. Cut!